Hi, I'm Karen McCarthy, and it's time to Karen-ize. Today's Wednesday, and that's when we talk about spiritual health. Today, I want to continue what we started last week and talking about love. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up, and so what a great time to talk about love. Last week, if you didn't see it, we talked about God's love and what God's love is like for us. It's pretty amazing. So watch that if you haven't seen it. Today we're going to talk about what does the Bible say about love. When we talk about love, we're not talking about we love pizza, we love going to the beach. All those things may be true. It's not that kind of love. So let me just give you some ideas from the Bible. In 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, it says, this is probably one of the most famous passages about love. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Now that's something to aspire to. I certainly don't exemplify this all the time. We're humans and we slip. But that's what we should aspire to have that kind of love. And a little bit further on in verse 13, it says, so now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of all is love. If we don't have love, nothing else matters. And I have a passage in Colossians. It's a little bit longer. It does get around to love. It takes a little bit, but I love this passage. It's Colossians 3, verses 5 through 17. I have my big, heavy Bible here. I love this Bible. It's got 4 different translations side by side. It's called a parallel, I think. Yeah, parallel Bible. And I love comparing the King James, which is probably the most accurate translation from the original language, but it's kind of an archaic language because it's got the these and that thous and all of that. So it can be kind of hard to understand. This one's got the King James, the New King James, which took out the these and thous, the New International, and the New Living Translation. And I love to compare them because sometimes you can get some insights with some words that pop out at you that aren't maybe in the original, but kind of enhance the meaning. Anyway, I'm going to be reading from the New International. Let me get it up here. It's heavy. Okay. It says, I'm going to start with verse 1. Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. For you died. This is symbolically, it's like our spirit man died. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, I'm probably not quite accurate there. Your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you will appear with him in glory. Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these, the wrath of God is coming. You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must rid yourself of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its creator. I want to be more and more like Jesus every day. Here there is no Greek or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free, but Christ is all and is in all. He is for anyone and everyone. Therefore, I love this verse. It's one of my favorites. I got to put this down. I'm going to grab this thing that I had printed up. It just didn't print everything because that Bible's getting heavy. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Wow. I want to be clothed in those every minute of every day. Now that clothing slips off sometimes. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. That's probably a topic I might want to start talking about after Valentine's Day. What exactly does it mean? What is forgiveness? Biblical forgiveness. It's not always what you think it is. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you are called to peace, and be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly, as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom, through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. I love that passage. It's definitely something to aspire to live our lives that way. Let me get this off my lap. It's even heavy on my lap. It's a great Bible, though. Okay, let's go and see. I think I had a couple of other things I wanted to share on that concept. I have my notes color-coded. I think, what color am I on? I'm on pink. Was that the only pink that I had? Might have been. That was a lot. Yep. So I hope that gives you a picture of what the Bible means when it talks about love, and it talks about God loving us and us showing his love to other people. And next week, we'll talk about some more things about exactly what we should do when we're showing that love. How do we show it? What does that look like? So have a great rest of the week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.